Hey, how's it going, guys? Captain Cuba here. And what? How did your boy Captain Cuba get an early copy of God of War? How? I wonder how. Well, I do want to thank Sony and Santa Monica Studios for providing this Steam God of War review copy. It's honestly very nice of Sony to do this. They didn't really have to. I'm a smaller YouTube channel as opposed to IGN or any of these big sites, but hey, they decided to include me in this, and I'm here just giving you my opinion on what I think about the God of War version of PC. So, first of all, I am playing on PC. You can see the cursor. I'm not lying to you. This is not my PlayStation. So I wanted to walk you through so you can see what you can expect of this game tomorrow, whether you can play it or not. First of all, let me talk a little bit about my PC. And when I say talk about, I'm just gonna show you my PC specs because I really don't know what they mean. So yeah, those are my PC specs, and this is the graphs that Monica gave to us a few weeks back to know whether we could play the game or not. Now, with these settings, I can actually play the game in ultra settings. Let's go to the settings real quick so I can show you, okay? So the first thing you'll notice is you go to graphics. First of all, you go to display and you get all of these things. You can customize it however you want. That's not really what's important. 120 FPS. Which is really cool. I, of course, lowered the motion blur because I don't like that. Let's go back. Now, the really cool thing is in the graphics option. Here is when you get to choose what quality you want to see the game in, like depending on your computer. So you can actually go to Ultra and it's going to look amazing, right? And if you click... So, okay, let me just start from the beginning. So you have low, obviously, original, high, Ultra, and then you can customize it, which is something really cool, okay, for PC players. This is something they love to do because their PCs are different and all that. Now, I can play the game in Ultra. With my PC specs, I can play the game in Ultra. Even though I can play it in the Ultra settings, which is really cool, I'm not going to because as a YouTuber, I have to record the game as well. And I noticed that when I record in Ultra, this is what the gameplay looks like. This in these settings. Let's see. Let me just swing the axe again. Let me do a bunch of movement. I'm guessing this is because my computer has to do a lot of extra work. It has to record the video in MKB format. It's got to record my camera. It's got to record audio. It's got to do a bunch of other things that you guys wouldn't have to. So if you have a PC with these specs, you can probably play it in Ultra, okay? I'm also not going to be... So I'm going to show you guys some of the gameplay. But know that this is not how it's going to look for you. I'm gonna have to go on low so it doesn't look as bad. So I actually played a little bit. I'm not gonna play the whole cutscene again because we've all seen that before. We don't really need to watch that again. But I wanted to jump into combat and show you guys how this thing works. Another good thing is the load times. As you just saw, the load times are seamless. Like you will not experience any this so far at least. So this is God of War on PC. I had to lower the sensitivity a lot because the camera was just flying all over the place. So I lowered it to 1. It is also important to say that I am going to be playing with mouse and keyboard. I do recommend for people who are going to play this game for the first time, I do recommend you get a PS5 controller or a PS4. I'm sure PS4 works. I haven't checked PS4 though. PS5 definitely works. All you have to do is connect your USB cable to your computer. And you're good to go. I tried it and it works perfectly. Now, I will be using the mouse and keyboard because I've played God of War 4 like 20 times by now. And I want to experience it in another way. So the controls are pretty much what you would expect for. You walk forward with W, you walk to the left with A, and you walk to the right with D. And S, you walk back. Now, I honestly didn't think it was going to be this responsive, okay? I haven't really played into the later levels where you get rune attacks and all that, but I'm honestly surprised how well this works. One thing I did change was that the original recall button was R, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to change it to the little scrolly thing on the mouse, whatever, the scroller I think is what it's called. You can tell I'm not a PC player, but now and that just makes it feel all the cooler now because you're actually reeling it back. It's just something I'm really glad I did. I'm like, that's the only controller tweak I've done so far. And you can honestly customize it however you want. Let me see where the controls are. Change controls. So you can change it here to whatever you want. I'm probably gonna have a harder time with all of these things, which is why I recommend if you're new to this game, play it with a PlayStation controller and you'll be good. But I do want to experience it with the mouse and keyboard. Now let's continue. I'm probably going to cut ahead to the part with the enemies. Alright, so we've made it to another part of the enemies. I already fought the first few Draugrs by myself, and now I'm going to be fighting this. You're getting to see me how I play with mouse and keyboard. If I mess up, please don't be too harsh on me. So you roll with space, you use the right and left click to hit, right click for heavy attack, left click for fast. It actually works. I'm honestly surprised. Like, at least the basics, they work beautifully. See, all of the moves that I can... Let me just lower the audio a little bit because it's too loud for me. All of the moves that I can do in God of War 4 on the PS5, it works beautifully here. I did not expect it to be this responsive. When I said I was going to be live streaming this playthrough, I meant it as a joking way, as in like, oh, it's going to be so funny just watching me struggle using the controls, but I'm using them. Like, sure, it might get more complex later on with the runes, but so far it works like butter. I actually want to try the next part now with Atreus, where I have to use his bow. I have to use Atreus, so I'm probably going to skip to that part and see how that plays out, okay? So we've made it to this part, and in a few seconds the troll is going to attack, and I'll be able to see how we can use Atreus' arrows in combat. I believe I have to press F to shoot the arrows, but I could be wrong. And I foresee that being a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. Here we go. I mean, the game looks great. Like, I swear to God, I'm in the lowest settings and the game still looks amazing.
We have no choice.
Alright, so here we go. So how do I use Atreus? I think it's F to command Atreus to shoot arrows, hold control, then so it is F. So that might be a little bit of a problem for me because... Okay. Let me see how I do against the troll. Let me see. Can I run? I can run now with shift. I might have to. Yeah, so as I suspected, the F is a button that I'm not really... I don't know. Games on first-person shooters on PC are much easier to play, but an action game like God of War is a little bit harder to play with a mouse and keyboard. But it surprisingly works. See, I'm shooting the arrows. I think I just need a little bit of practice and I'll be okay. Shoot out of his face. It just works, man. There we go. Give me back the axe. I also want to try the runic attack, so I might even... What is this? So you press both, right? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to... Oh, okay. You press the scroller in. I got it. Okay. I got it. So yeah, obviously an action-adventure game like God of War is going to be a lot more complex to use the mouse and keyboard, but I think it ultimately still works. The last thing I want to try is using runic attacks and see what buttons I have to press.
You won't talk?
Alright, so let's see how you actually activate the rage. I'm actually not sure. Let's see what I have to press. So you press shift. So that's shift, right? Oh, shift and the scroll again. Okay. Yo, let's go. I'm not lying. So far, it's really good. Like, I still need to see how it plays with the runic attacks, like what buttons I have to use for that. But so far, it works, man. And I can't wait to do a playthrough of this. Alright, so here we go. This is going to be the last thing I do for this preview of the combat in God of War on PC. It's the first runic attack you pick up in the game, because I really don't know how you can use them with the keyboard, but I want to see. And then I'll let you guys know what I think about the overall experience. So let's see. Number 1, continue. Is it 1? That's I. Oh, so I is the menu. You have acquired health. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, click here. Health touch. Yes. There we go. Press escape. Weapon slab. Okay. Okay. So how do you use it? What does that say? Recall the axe. Q. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, it's essentially block and then the left click. Okay, and I'm guessing when you get the heavy runic attack is block and then the right click. Yep. So anyway, let me just tell you what I think about the game so far. I've only played a little bit. I did the intro, I killed Boulder, and I got the first runic attack. This is all I need to kind of tell you what I think about the combat system on PC. Frankly, it holds up. Like Santa Monica, and I think it's Jetpack Studios, the one who made this game. They did a good job. This is a really good port. I'm playing on the lowest setting because it would look like crap for you guys if I played in Ultra. And on my end, it still looks amazing. Like on low settings, it looks good. Maybe there's less textures in the environment, but it still looks like it's 60 frames. I don't know how to explain it to you. So even if you fall in the category of the lowest setting and you haven't played this game, I really do recommend this. You get this game. Now, for all of us who have played this game before, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but it's the same game only on PC now. And if you have a really good PC, you can customize it however you want. The game can look beautiful. It looks really good on my end, but you can make it look even better if you have the right PC. Overall, I think it's an amazing buy. And yeah, all the reviews you've seen about it having 93 on Metacritic already, they're true, man. Like these guys made a really good port for PC, and it's worth your money. I honestly can't wait to see what the modding community does. I can't wait to fight Thomas the Train or play as Darth Vader, or who knows, maybe a Blade of Olympus mod. That would be really cool. But yeah, these have been my first impression of the game on PC. Like I said before, I will be live streaming this game on Friday when it comes out, which is tomorrow for you guys. I will be live streaming it for those who are not going to get it, so you guys can see it. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I really do recommend this game. If you haven't played this game, you have to buy it. You have to get it because it's such a masterpiece. The storytelling, the combat, the graphics are so good. And now on PC, I hate to say this, but it's even better. The only thing I will say though is definitely get a controller. Like you'll get the proper God of War experience. But hey, recalling the axe with the scroller thing, that's super fun as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Until then, remember, go forth in the name of Ragnarok.